So let's do the proper intro. Welcome everyone to today's stream. Thank you for the follow, Teacup. Welcome to today's stream. For those of you watching on YouTube, today is the second race in the first season of the Tom Hanks Racing Series. We had the race on street stage last time, and today we will be going on to the Austrian dirt track, which is effectively an oval, but again I will warm up with my own car, and then I will go in reverse order of the finishing places from last time, which means I need to keep the spreadsheet open. And hang on, can I somehow... Well, I can't see here. I should have probably done a bit more preparation earlier, but trying to figure this out now. How I can have Twitch and the Twitch for the chat and also the spreadsheet on the same screen, because obviously the game is going to be on the other stream. Is going to be on the other screen, and I've only got two. All right, let's do it like this. And then do this. Yep, professional streamer here, everyone. Well, the Motino Iroas is going to be the first one after I'm done warming up. Yeah. No, I've got it now. Okay. So, the dirt oval. So this may look like a fairly simple track, but there's a couple of things that make this maybe a bit less straightforward than you may think. And I'm gonna actually warm up a couple of times with this one, as I'm gonna show you a couple of the intricacies that I learned when I practiced on this a couple of weeks ago. So I think everything is loaded in now. So first of all, as you can see, there is a slight banking to this. And as you can also maybe see through the encoder, the inside is always very, very bumpy. So if you were to try and enter the corner early like this, then sometimes you get through cleanly. But other times, if you're a bit too aggressive like this, see? You get thrown off course. So either you can do a very clean line like this, try to use all of the track on your way out to maintain the most speed, or you can sort of go in sideways and then kind of go straight from there, which I think is actually going to be slower. Actually gained time there compared to the second sector on the previous lap. So yeah, this, even though it may look like a very simple track as you saw there, it's not as straightforward as you think. And actually the second way that I did it, so basically like sideways in and then straight out, that allows you to go into the corner at a higher speed than if you brake and go the clean route. And so that on a loose surface like this may not be such a bad idea after all. This was sort of halfway in between the two approaches that I showed earlier, so yeah. The reason I can get my car sideways so easily is because I have deliberately set up the brake bias like that. So, yeah. If my car were competing, then now my fastest lap time would have been a 27.675. I also feel like this is one of those tracks where different cars might require different racing lines, you know what I mean? Like one... Okay, we're off. Like one car can maybe cut a little bit more to the inside, with the other one you might take a wider approach and then go towards the inside. I also found that for some reason the bumps on the entry of the corner are usually the worst ones. Okay, I broke the car. I was a bit too aggressive there. This is for all those people that say I don't try to go to limit with the slower cars that don't have a chance anyway. I literally went so aggressively on the entry there that I touched the inside wall with the front left tire and broke it. See, here in the second half of the corner, it doesn't seem like the bumps are that bad. Or rather, maybe it's like they're the worst at the entrance and at the exit, but they're not so bad in the middle. Like, look at this. So this lap so far is slightly slower than the last one. Okay, so the best lap was the second lap. That was a 28.954. Are we gonna see a roll on this track? We may. And this is one of the potential candidates. And the other one might be the Wells Racing that I noticed had pretty damn soft suspension. This one actually launches off the line. Actually handled that quite nicely there, the entry to that corner. I didn't even lift off the throttle there and just kind of turned it in. Could this be a secret OP car? I doubt it on this track. Well, first of all, if it's... I feel like if it wants any chance of placing high here, I feel like it probably should better beat my car first. And it's a couple of seconds off that pace already. Went wide there to preserve more speed because this car doesn't have that much of it in a straight line. Basically, you want to go the path of least resistance on a track like this. Yeah, it is underpowered actually. I think this only makes 135 horsepower and only has a 960cc engine. That's why. 29.167 was the best lap with this. Good ride height on this one. That could be an advantage or it could be a disadvantage if it's too soft. Oh man, I know that I'm already gonna find the gearing to be a problem because I might be kind of in between gears here through these corners. Yeah, sort of at the bottom of fourth gear, but probably too high for third gear. Yeah. The gearing doesn't favor this one. Also not that good at absorbing the bumps here. Still faster than the last car though. You know what this feels? It feels like the actual suspension is too stiff, but then it was raised too high, and so it's got a high center of gravity, which was why it nearly rolled there. Yeah. Best lap time was 28.872. I mean, it does like the actual turning when you're in the corner, but so when you're in the corner, it's nice. But whoa, did you see that on? Did you see that on entry? It nearly rolled. Yep, and there's the first roll of the day. Yay! Now, if this was also one of the cars that was exceedingly heavy, like I think the Motino is, that weighs like 1400 something kilograms. If this was the same sort of weight, then I would have called that that moment a sausage roll, because it's kind of. But this is actually very close to the 1200 kg allowance, so. I love jelly cars so much. We're actually doing kind of fine now. At least in terms of not rolling. Come on now. Lap doesn't actually look that bad. Okay, so the best lap was the last one, 28.379. I think that's actually quite a bit quicker than the fastest car we've had before this. Okay, maybe I should actually look at the track this time. It does prefer going through the middle of the track though, rather than near the apex. Yep. So I'm gonna take the white line from now on, because that's the least bumpy, I guess. And then kind of cut towards the inside near the exit. Even so, it does get upset by the bumps quite a bit. That was good. Ah, not as good as the previous lap. 28.240. That is the new fastest time. Whoa. Very stiff suspension it looks like as well. Is it just me or is the second corner actually less bumpy than the first? The more times I go around here, the more I'm starting to notice that. Well, that was on the raggedy edge, and as a result we lost a bit of time compared to the previous lap. Yeah, second lap is going to be our fastest lap probably. Yep, second lap was indeed the fastest, and it was a 28.032. Also quite stiff apparently. Still talking about suspension here, guys. It's got harder dampers. Okay. Actually, yeah. It's not that the suspension is not harsh, but the ride height seems fairly low. I think that's what... It bottomed out on a couple of those bumps and then kind of bounced back up, so... Ooh, very, very fast time here. 27.463. Not biased at all. Indeed, yeah. But hey, I mean, you did well last time. I still think that last time Adderall's car was definitely the fastest, but yours was really close to second place, so there's no shame in coming second. Let's see how well the car does here. Seems very well behaved here. Actually, the suspension seems well fitted for this track. Why did I downshift there? That was my mistake. But anyway, let's do a banger third lap, because I feel like this car is capable of it. $27.797. So despite my mistake in the second lap, it was actually less than 1/10 off of the pace in the third lap, which I think was a good lap. And this also means this is now behind the Subuwu Jukeza. I see the gearing might also be a small problem on this one. I'm kind of in between gears throughout these corners. Now, obviously, I can imagine that setting the car up so that the gearing is exactly perfect for this track was probably not a priority for most people. I feel like just in terms of suspension and the power band that I can feel from the engine, this could do more than what I've been able to do with it on that second lap. But I gotta work with the gearing a little bit. $28.142. It just wasn't. It's the gearing with this one, to be perfectly honest with you. Ooh, and we got our second roll. Nope. Okay. Let's get a run. I wanna maybe try to sort of clean in and then stick to the inside line kind of thing that I showed in the beginning. That works better with this car, but it is only a 28.301. This was probably my best corner entry with this car ever. Still slower overall though. 28.301 was the fastest time with this. Unfortunately not within contention of the win this time. This already looks quite bumpy. Gearing's good though. Lost some pace there because of the bounces. .759 was the fastest lap with this. That's second place so far. I think second, yeah. The Jukeza is still in the lead. So it's definitely gonna claw back some points after this one. And now for the big one. The HFF Motors Pride. The one that won the first race. I think this is going to be a fourth gear for everything kind of car. Looks solid so far. Well, this is the second corner, which is smoother than the first. Not too bad there. Wow, this feels really fast. 27.491 and 27.492 in the third lap. Okay, very consistent at least. And that's second place.